What a relief! Welcome back, friendo, to the no-shill zone. I'm not going to tell you to get to know my Bullendala. No plugs for underperforming junior minors. In fact, I don't want any minors in here at all. I keep it clean, but Thousand Dare Radio is for adults only. Why don't you grab a hot cup of coffee? And let's figure out how we can get ahead in this world. I'm talking to the other me, not you, friendo, but you can listen in. Who was first yesterday? It's great to start the day off with a hot cup and yesterday's first. Alrighty. Looks like the Sunday competition wasn't so fierce. Adam Dryden takes the first. First class, Thousand Dare. Thousand Dare Radio is brought to you by Test Your Silver. If not for yourself, do it for others you may sell it to one day. It's one thing buying fakes for yourself. It's a whole nother thing when you pass it off to someone else. Not good. Not good at all. Thousand Dare Radio is also brought to you by Go to Sleep at Night. Get some rest. And the occasional walk and glass of water. Don't forget to take care of that fleshy part of your stack. You. So what kind of ridiculousness do we got going on today? Let's talk about something the other channels don't talk about. Money milestones. Wow, those are loud. Money milestones. Whether it's getting out of debt, your first $1,000, your first $10,000, first $100,000. That's the one I'm focused on right now. And as ridiculous as it may sound to you, because you may lack faith, and I find your lack of faith disturbing, but maybe even your first mill, and well beyond it. How's that for a topic? So get excited. This is going to be a good one. And as always, please hit the like button and help grow this wealthy community of ours. Daily vigilance is required if we are to expand this no-shill zone. I know how it is. I watch what you watch. I feel your pain. I know some other channels that are interested in taking back the stack by vowing never to sell out to bullion dealers and mining companies. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to seeing lots of channels do that. So today, I'm not going to be cherry-picking doom and gloom news topics. I'm not going to try to make a bunch of talking points on how you're being screwed by someone or being taken advantage of by politicians. But maybe we'll bring some attention to the one culprit we know is probably holding you back. You know what I'm gonna say. So why don't you just go ahead and look for it. Go find that reflective surface. I know you probably got a lot of reflective surfaces, maybe a proof bar or coin. But if not, a mirror will certainly do. Oh, and I'll tell you what I'm doing with this change here in a moment. Just give me a moment. The hundreds are fake, by the way. Just a fun prop. I'm merely upper poor. I told you, I don't even have 100 grand yet. All right, do you see that person in the reflection? The one that's most likely holding you back? There he is. Or maybe there she is. It's possible. I checked the analytics. And apparently, somehow, 6% of Thousand Dare Radio viewers are pretty ladies. It's probably my mom watching. If you're watching, hi, Mom. All right, so what am I doing with this change? And what's it got to do with money milestones? And which money milestones are we even going to talk about? Let's get a couple early ones out of the way. How about 10,000? That's a nice round number. People seem to like it. So I'll ask, do you have a net worth of over $10,000 yet? Net worth, if you took the stuff that you own and sold it for however much, and you subtract your debt or whatever you owe from it, is what's left above 10 grand. And if the answer is no, I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself. But if we're going to try to go anywhere, first, we must know where we are. I'll quickly tell you about my journey to 10 grand. And in hindsight, it took a lot longer than it should have. But I think that story is actually pretty common. Many years ago, more years than I'd like to admit, I set out to save up 10 grand, and I got a couple drinking buddies to join me in my journey. I drew up a dry erase chart, assigned each of us a color, and as we invested and saved, I didn't buy this kilo of copper, by the way. The red metal is on loan from no other than the stacker who wishes to be known as Big Red. Really cool. Thank you for letting us borrow it. But yeah, myself and two friends formed a small, aspiring, wealthy community. And we were transparent about our finances. A lot of people are not willing to do that. But we did. We saved, invested, colored in blocks. And it took a couple years because we were not willing to let go of our bad habits. At least not all of them right away. And I believe there were many other milestones on the way to the 10 grand. And from what I've observed, when one hits a milestone for the first time, peculiar behaviors may surface. And did. And they're fairly different for each of us. But they can certainly be the same for many. This, I don't know what you would call this. It's 5 pounds of copper. Also, on loan from the stacker, who wishes to be known as Big Red. Thanks again. It's quite a spectacle. And it's good timing. It's kind of on topic. Anyhow, I think a milestone is defined as a point we reached that we haven't necessarily reached before. And a milestone can certainly trigger a sense of celebration. And depending on how you celebrate, well, it can really set you back or keep you down. Celebrating can even maybe stop your momentum and break down all the good habits you created for yourself. And whose fault is that, technically? To some extent, it happens to us all, but you have to be responsible for it. You have to be responsible for it because no one else is. Not the government, not the politicians. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're great. Something else about that milestone I will say. It could very well end up being your ceiling. You may just find if you go beyond it, you could become very uncomfortable. Isn't this great? Actually talking about important things while stacking, and you're probably like, why are you stacking nickels? I'll get to it if you don't already know. I'm going to talk about that discomfort once you pass a milestone. Almost everyone does not understand that mental barrier. And I assure you, it's very real. In a nutshell, anyone who's never had thousands of dollars in their grasp at once, well, they're going to act funny. Especially if you really start to outpace your social circle, the people that you hang around and talk to the most. And not just family and friends. It could be your job or your clientele. I'll also add, there's people that you probably think are rich and you listen to them. They may have a big house, a foreign car or two. They may consistently rock a nice haircut and name brand clothing. And you may have talked to them for years, but you're not rich yet. And you always take their advice. If you had read the book, The Millionaire Next Door, you would realize that person is not rich and is likely very much in debt. I have witnessed people like that with my own eyes go homeless. Are you paying attention? They went homeless. You ever wonder where the homeless people come from? They're not just born on the street. I mean, we all probably know some mental issues, maybe some drug habits, lands people there. But we probably don't think of over-leveraged yuppies in McMansions who are over-leveraged and a couple vices or even a health crisis away from being on the street. My point is, they're not rich, and you likely will not learn anything valuable from them, involving wealth accumulation, that is. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of rich people that may fit that description, but mostly they're posers. A big giveaway is their ego. If they're huffy and puffy and fragile about talking about wealth, well, it's likely a pufferfish. And on the flip side, there's very rich people that live very modest lives. Very modest lives, not lives. I'm never going to be able to go live until I learn how to talk. Okay, the point. If you're not where you want to be, chances are the people all around you are not where they want to be either, including the talking pig wearing all that lipstick. So how could anyone within your terrarium understand what it's like outside of it or beyond it, including you? And if you should escape that world to the new world, would you maybe expect some discomfort at first? Especially if you escape and land on the other side of the glass, standing in front of your once peers who did not escape yet. And maybe they never will. Or maybe they will. Either way, I would assume the first mission is to get very comfortable in that new world. And it too could be another terrarium, just a much larger one, which we'll also want to outgrow or escape one day. Or maybe not. Maybe this terrarium is a bit bigger and comfortable enough. Personally, I think I may want to live insatiable. After all, everyone always says it's about the journey, not the destination. I don't know. What do you think? Don't leave it all up to me. Put some stuff in the comments below. I will add, in case you're new here, I work a job anyone could get fresh out of high school, or even if you quit high school. I don't earn a lot of filthy fiat each week. I do cut cost. I won't go into that right now. I could go on for a whole video about that. But I have cut cost a lot in the past, and I took that money or filthy fiat promissory notes that I saved, and I've been investing it. I still got a little ways to go, but that 100K is in sight. And to tell you what, I didn't get much closer to it because I bought gold and silver. Don't get me wrong, they were a nice slow current moving me towards it. And yes, I am a stacker, but first and foremost, I'm an investor. Right now, I'm still technically an employee. That's where the lion's share of my earnings come from. But once I hit the tipping point and the lion's share comes from my investments, well, then I'll truly be an investor. Oh, I almost forgot the most important part about that journey to 10,000. Have you ever heard of money miracles? The topic comes up more than you would think. After I saved 10 grand, primarily through assets and investing. Well, after that, it seemed like overnight I hit 20 grand. And the small wealthy community I had started, they experienced the same thing. I hear this also happens after you save the first 100 grand. So you can imagine how eager I am to get there. Let's see how common money milestone miracles actually are. Look for some money miracle stories in the comments below. And that's your cue, friendo, if you got one of those stories. I'd like to read it. I would also like to read about how you got your first 100 grand and what happened to you after you got it. Did the second one truly come along easy or easier? I would definitely like to know. So how foolish am I with my low-wage job, which I enjoy, by the way, and my rolls of nickels from the bank, quarters from the laundromat, a table with about 35 bucks worth of copper on it, 90% of which is not even mine, it's being loaned to me. How foolish would I be to even think I could become a millionaire, or a decamillionaire, or a multi-decamillionaire? I can't answer that because I don't exactly know what it's like on the other side. I do know a baby believes it can walk. And it's stubborn, and it does walk. Why is it so stubborn, and why does it believe so much that it will be able to walk no matter how difficult it is? My guess, it's seen others that have done it. And it's sick of living life on the floor. Are there millionaires that did not have a great job and started kind of late in life? Absolutely there are. And am I tired of living on the floor? You better believe it. How about you? I hear a lot of talk about limitations these days, especially in the stacker community. And don't get me wrong, I'm a prepper. I just don't go on about it much because I'm fairly prepped. I've spent a lot of time growing the roots deep underground. And now I'm surfacing and require lots of sunlight. All right, I guess I've rambled on nearly enough. So what's with the change? I'm trying to save some more cash, and I figure, why not save some more copper and nickel at the same time? So I got this water bottle, 4 gallons, and I'm gonna just fill it with quarters and ikes. I'm also satiating that copper stacking urge without buying these beautiful, beautiful copper products, which usually carry about a 500% premium over melt. The melt of a quarter is 5 cents, so that's about a 500% premium. And it's a premium that I can definitely regain. I can just spend them. So occasionally I'll pull over and raid a laundromat or car wash and put a 20 in, maybe even a little more once in a while, and see how quickly I can fill that 4-gallon water bottle. What's the harm? It's pretty easy to cash quarters back in. I hope you enjoyed the pondering today, friendo, and I hope you hit that like button. It's okay, I forget too sometimes. Gratitude. And if you're new here and you enjoy the content, subscribe for more and you will get more. You still get a chance to be one of the first 10,000 thousandaires. We're going places. Don't procrastinate. Comment new guy down below and watch it age like fine wine. All right, that's it. That is it. Thousandaire Radio, wicked shout. Join the pen pals. You can now write me at The Thousandaire Collector, 1700 Sullivan Trail, Suite 7, Box 111, Easton, Pennsylvania, 18040. Don't forget to include your info so I can put you on my mailing list. If you're waiting for me to open your letter, soon, friendo. Sorry for the delay.